Does this sound like you? You've been on a diet for as long as you can remember. The scale is constantly up and down, the same 5 pounds. You feel that you are starving, that you are working out, you are sore, you are hungry, and you are seeing zero or minimal results. Why can you not succeed on your weight loss journey? Is something you are doing wrong? The big question is it your diet or the way you are working out that is keeping you fat? If you are battling the bulge and wondering, why am I still fat even though I am trying? Maybe this video can help you. Hi friends, how are you guys? My name is Danielle. This is Daniela Diaries. Now, for a long time, this channel was so based on weight loss because weight loss was a huge part of my life. Now, I am still very much on a wellness journey, but I feel that I have kind of climbed out of the trenches and I feel that I have a lot of knowledge and maybe some guidance to give you guys. Just a quick backstory. I was 300 pounds, like 296, 286, somewhere around there. I'm 168 pounds. How did I do that? Completely natural. I did no weight loss surgery. I did no medications, just the old fashioned way. Now, throughout that journey, I felt like maybe the true and tried old fashioned way was taking a lot longer than I wanted. So I tried to kind of accelerate the process a little bit by trying different ways of eating, keto, low carb, Weight Watchers. When it all comes down to it, it comes down to how much you want it, what you're willing to do, and how much you are willing to accept that maybe you don't know what you're talking about. A lot of people feel that since they've been on this weight loss journey for their whole lives, and they're like, girl, I've been overweight my whole life, like, that's not gonna work for me. I know my body, I need to do no sugar. I need to, like, my best friend always tells me, like, it's my sugar. Like, and I even told her, like, what are you eating? If it's your sugar, everybody, even I was actually talking to somebody at the gym as well, everybody's first inclination when they feel that the gym, that their body isn't changing, is to either do extreme elimination, or adding a ton of cardio. Is that needed? This video is intended for people with no underlying conditions, who have no underlying physical limitations, who have no underlying diseases. This is for somebody who is strictly tired of being fat and tired of feeling like shit. There is a saying, and it's 100% true. You cannot out-train a bad diet. So it is your eating that is keeping you fat. I am sorry to say it, but it is. I have to tell you, it's your eating. You don't know what you're talking about. Either you are eating too little or too much, or you're eating too much of the bad things, okay? So sometimes there are just things that don't agree with your body. And unless you are paying attention, you are doing the elimination diets, your body just may be extremely inflamed by the things you are consuming. Maybe you have an allergy to nightshades like myself, and you are eating a ton of tomatoes and all this stuff, you know, and you're like, it's healthy. Tomatoes are healthy. Like, I have an issue with grapes. Grapes are healthy. As soon as I eat them, I get super bloated, I get super distended, even my joints kind of hurt. Like, I could just tell, my stomach feels so gross. And I did not know that until I actually had a test done, like a food sensitivity test. My insurance, I did go through my insurance and they covered some of it. Check in with your insurance, guys. Quick disclaimer. If you have health insurance, which I think everyone does at this point, you are paying these monthly bills for them. And if you are not using them, you are literally giving them exactly what you want. You are making insurance companies multi-billion-dollar institutions, and you're not going to the doctor. You're not taking advantage of all the programs associated with your health insurance. You aren't doing all the things that are given to you for whatever reason. If it's free, it's for me. My insurance will help me pay for anything. I will do it, okay? We get Leo's inserts for discounts. I mean, you name it. That's where I got my food sensitivity from. It was Everly, I think it was called Everly, maybe. I've had it done like 4 years ago. And it was, you know, I think I paid $100 out of pocket and it was worth every penny. So definitely look into that, because maybe you are eating well, but maybe the things that you are eating, your body hates and it's fighting it. So there's one. Maybe, so that's one thing. Maybe you're eating the bad type of foods. Not that they are bad, because food has no morality, but bad foods for your body because your body doesn't like them. So that could be an issue. Second issue can be portion control. I can guarantee you, there is no free food, okay? Mindy, I'm talking to you. There is no free food. Everything has a caloric value to it, okay? Even cucumbers, yes, they are very low, but you're still going over. You're still overeating. Okay, yes, it's better for you to have a couple chopped up cucumbers than, you know, a candy bar. But nonetheless, like, if you're that hungry and you're feeling that snackish, what's going on? What are your main meals looking like? Are you eating enough? Are you eating too much protein? Protein is, you should have a high protein diet. There is no need for a woman who's 160 pounds to eat 275 grams of protein. No need. You do not need that much protein. You need 1 gram of protein per body weight. 150 grams. You don't need that much protein, okay? Because you're just overeating and you're claiming it to be healthy because, you know, it's protein. You're like, I'm going to have protein ice cream and it's, you know, it's 37 grams of protein. It's 350 calories. Let's not play the number game. I'm seeing that a lot. You guys are falling into these TikTok, Instagram traps where, like, you cannot compare yourself and other people's plates to your own. Okay, you cannot compare my plate and what I eat on the daily to what you are eating. My metabolism's different, my fitness factors are different, my body's different, my goals are different. Not everybody's plate is gonna look the same. That is a life lesson. Not everybody's plate will look the same. Don't worry about what's on anybody else's plate. Worry about your plate, what's on it, what you need to take off, maybe what's not filling you, and maybe what, you know, you can kind of scrape off the edges, or maybe what you need to put more onto your plate. Life lesson. Focus on your own plate, nobody else's. Portion control. Do you have a scale? Do you have a food scale? If food scaling and tracking your food is triggering, honey, this weight loss journey is not going to be easy for you, because if you find doing anything with food triggering, you need some therapy. And you're probably like, well, that's kind of rude. Maybe I am coming off rude, but I can tell you that I've went through 3 years of, 3 years? Are we at 4? No, 3 years, 3.5 of therapy for food addiction, for body imaging, for disordered eating habits. I've had to do it, and I'm still going through it, because I will forever have a disordered eating mindset. But it's because the disordered eating mindset is always my first initial thought. Like, oh man, I gotta weigh in. I'm not gonna eat. I feel bloated. I'm not gonna eat. You know, like, that's just, it's such a, I'm 41. That was pounded in us. You want to lose weight? Don't eat. Take X-Lax, take water pills, take Metabolife, take Stackers, whatever the case may be. Like, there was a fast cure for it, and there was a way for you to make the scale. Because, so now that we've looked at it, what are we eating? How much are we eating? And when are we eating it? Okay. Are you using, if you're like, hey, I want to grow some muscle, are you taking those carbs and using them as energy sources? Or are you waiting to the end of the night and taking all like 200 grams of carbs you have and sitting down and eat a bunch of junk? Now, I know it has, I'm not really with the whole if it fits your macros mindset, because I think it's a very disordered eating mindset. It just promotes it to me. Like, yeah, if you can sneak this Big Mac in, as opposed to like starving yourself all day. You know, you want to have smaller, more frequent meals, keep your metabolism going. I am not an advocate for fasting. I'm just not an advocate for it. I don't understand people's mindsets where they're like, I eat from the hours of 12 to 4, but I eat 30,000 calories in those 4 hours. I don't know why I'm not losing weight. If you eat 30,000 calories without, I mean, I'm exaggerating, but I've watched a lot of these, like, what I eat as a fatty or whatever on TikTok. And it's like, she's like, well, I'm going to break my fast. It's 2 o'clock. And then she proceeds to eat like donuts and burgers and like sauces and all this stuff. And it's like, girl, what's the difference? You might as well woke up and had yourself something and then just ate smaller meals. Maybe you wouldn't be binging when you break your fast, you know? You know, I know that works for some people, but for the general consensus, like if you are struggling with eating and weight loss and stuff like that, I don't think something as dramatic as fasting should be incorporated initially, especially if you find weighing your food to be triggering. If you find pulling out your food and weighing it to be a trigger, but you're like, hey, I'm not going to eat for 16 hours out of the 24 that I have in my day, maybe not a good idea. Maybe let's revisit the whole therapy thing, because it's a slippery slope. And you may ask, how would I know? Maybe because I went down that slippery slope and straight into disordered eating, honey. I was basking in it. So we're weighing our food and we're making sure that we're in a caloric deficit. How do you figure out if you're a caloric deficit? You need to figure out what your TDEE is, okay? You need to know how much energy that you are going to push out just to survive the day, your body needs, right? You know, say for somebody that's my height, my age, my weight, and my like daily activity level, right? I need 1,500 calories a day for my body, like my kidneys, my lungs, my organs, all my organs to function, for like my body on a cellular level to function, just to get up and have energy out of the bed. I need that much. Okay, so you need to basically eat that. That's not telling you now to take that and then take 300 calories off the top of it. You need to figure that out, go into that, and then go into what your activity level is and what your goals are. You can go on, you know, my macro. I don't even think, honestly, you guys should track your macros initially. I think you should really just focus on just portion control and, you know, staying around, you know, easy way I figure it out, okay? This is how we did it. A dietitian told me to do it when I worked in the hospital, kind of stuck with me. Say your goal weight is 170 pounds. You're 250 pounds right now, you want to get down to 170. So maybe you want to eat around 1,700 calories. That's just a give or take, right? You know, you get there just to get onto the weight loss, and then you know, start seeing your goals. So I would start around there. You can always go to your, you know, there's a bunch of calculators online, and it can get MyFitnessPal. There is something there. I mean, literally, you can learn to play an instrument and a new language on your phone. Honey, you can figure out how many calories you need. Okay? Now, if you have money, if you got a little extra change to spare, there are coaches. I have a coach. I love my coach. I've been with Brenda for years. I'm rocking with Brenda because Brenda is rocking with me. Could I continue this journey without Brenda? Absolutely, because not only have I healed myself, I've learned a lot, I've done a lot of research, and I figured out what to do. So necessarily, no. Do I need her? No. Do I love her being here? Yes. Am I willing to pay for her to be here, to guide me, to get me to the peak fitness form that I'm striving to be? Abso-freaking-lutely. Do I need to be accountable to her every week? Abso-freaking-lutely. That's what works for me. The money that I spend per month is worth it. Now, depending on your budget, you can get something. Nicole Burgess does her own challenges. I think they're like less than 200. It's 150 bucks, I think, for like 3 months, 2 months, something like that. There is somebody there within your price point. Now, if you look back at my other videos, I've given basic meal plans out. If I was going to say, hey, if I was going to start for a basic meal plan, which you don't have to follow a meal plan. I follow a meal plan because I like the simplicity of it. I think that structure and simplicity and routine are where I thrive. So I like to know that, like, how I can eat, right? So each one of my meals, I do 5 meals right now. Each one of my meals, I'll get like 4 ounces of protein, you know, depending on where I'm at, a couple hundred grams of carbs and a couple hundred grams of vegetable. Boom, that's a meal for me. Put it all on a plate and walk away. I have a approved list of carbs I can eat, approved list of vegetables, and approved list of protein. That's how I do it. That works for me. Some people are like, well, I don't want to cook for my family and not be able to eat it. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I feel like I get to the point where I kind of feel mean, like I feel bad, but let's be real here, okay? Aren't you tired of your own shit? Aren't you tired of your own excuses? Aren't you tired of being sick and tired? Because I was. Obviously, eating with your family or eating the things that you're feeding your family is not helping you maintain your goals. Okay, maybe you've come from a skinny family. Like my kids, you know, I still make a separate meal for my family. I'm more health conscious with it about it now. But my kids also follow portion control. You know, I have a grown daughter and I have a preteen and a teenage daughter, and my daughters weigh their food. They track their food, their portions. And by doing that, my daughters have been able to lose weight, keep the weight off, but they also have a really good relationship with food. So, you know, battling the bulge is something that happens in our family, but I never villainized weight loss. I never made weight loss sound like a punishment. And that's what it was for me. Weight loss was a punishment. No one hugs me. Being on a weight loss journey is so lonely because you're the captain of your ship. No one can do it for you. You have to be completely dependent. You have to watch other people eating things that maybe you like and saying, no, I'm not going to eat that because I have goals. And 2 minutes on the lips is not worth the 2 years on the hips or whatever the comment is, you know? It's just not worth it for me. It's not worth it for me to eat like that and to go off and, you know, I work hard for myself and I'm an adult. And if you can't say, it's like, I feel like you can say no to a drink. Someone's going to be like, hey, you want to smoke some grass? And you're like, no, I don't do that. Oh my God, like, no. Okay, take that same approach when someone's like, hey, you want a cupcake? No, come on, you really want a cupcake? No. Oh, okay, I'll take it. No, I don't want a cupcake. Girl, we went to Dare. Same rules apply. Say no to the pushers, you know? So let's talk about working out. You can lose weight without stepping in the foot into the gym. You could absolutely do it. If you were on a good enough caloric deficit, you can lose weight without being in the gym. Now let's look at the Ozempic people. When we talk about losing weight without incorporating fitness, muscle wasting. We've seen them. They look like skin suits. You know, they've lost so much volume. The volume of the volume loss in so many of these people's faces, I feel bad for them because it's just like, wow, you know, it's going to take some time it's going to be a lot of filler you're going to put in your face to balance that out. Yeah, you can do it. You sure can, babe. You don't want to work out? You don't have to. Do I think you'll look better if you worked out? Abso-freaking-lutely. And I'm not talking, like, you need to get in the gym, okay? Like, now there are some people who cannot physically do this, okay? And I want to reiterate this. I should probably do a little PSA. I should have done this in the beginning. This video is intended for people with no underlying conditions, who have no underlying physical limitations, who have no underlying diseases. This is for somebody who is strictly tired of being fat and tired of feeling like shit. So with saying that, you should be in the gym. You should be in the gym because you need to work your heart and your lungs. You owe it to yourself and to your family and to your kids and your future grandkids and your future great grandkids to be here. They deserve to know you and you deserve to know them. In order to do that, you have to live a long and healthy life. You don't want to be, you know, a 65-year-old grandma, you know, who physically can't get around and stuff like that. That's my goal. I want to be able to be there for my kids, my grandkids, my nieces, my nephew, everybody. I want to get nice and old, but I don't want to be a hindrance on anybody. I want to be completely independent. I want to be like Judy. Judy's my next door neighbor and she's a goddess. She's 85 years old and completely independent. She's hitting these streets, okay? Let's be a Judy, okay? You don't want to be, you know, stuck in a walker or anything like that because you got so heavy you can't get out of bed. Let's be real. This happens to people. That will not be me, and I don't want that to be you because that, to me, is a straight freaking shot to depression, and I wouldn't survive it, and I can't, and I don't want you guys to go through that. So get up and move. Spring is here. I know a lot of you guys, it's beautiful where you're at. I'm seeing people in shorts and tank tops. Move, go walking, go swimming. If you can join the gym, join the gym. You know, I really feel like we can talk about fitness in another video because I feel like those two things together are such big issues for people and they don't know where to start. Always start in the kitchen. The kitchen is where you are going to see the results. So that is the question. What is keeping you fat? What you're putting in your mouth. Okay, if you're saying like, girl, I don't know, I have a salad every day. How much dressing you putting on that salad? Oh, I don't know what I'm eating. I'm barely eating. Okay, well, you're eating something. Have you gone to the doctor? Have you gotten your blood work test? This is coming back to that whole insurance thing. Maybe is your thyroid good? What's going on? How are your hormones? You know, like what is going on? I guarantee you, you're eating something, whether you're putting, you know, 100 freaking calories of creamer in your coffee and you're having 2 pots a day, or, you know, you're saying I'm eating chicken breast and you're using Chick-fil-A sauce and you're dumping 500 calories of Chick-fil-A sauce on there. Condiments will get you, baby. These are things that you have to pay attention on that no one thinks to count, but they are a slippery slope. Beverages. How often are you going to Starbucks? I don't care if it's a skinny mocha latte, frappe, whatever. Baby, you don't need it. Make your own damn coffee. Okay? How often are you getting boba teas? How often are you hitting Chick-fil-A? I don't care if you're still in a caloric deficit, okay? Girl, you need whole nutritious food. Your body will thank you. You will feel better. Your gut will thank you. Your poops will be better. Promise. These are all things that you have to consider. Yes, you can technically stay in a caloric deficit, but are you feeding your body nutritious foods? That's why your body's angry. It's pissed off. You've been feeding it dumpster food for these last few however many years, and they're like, girl, you want me to be an optimal athlete and you're feeding me freaking dumpster food? Now I know this video may have come off a little shysty, a little mean, but I feel like sometimes you need your girl to tell you, okay? Because we're friends, we're real friends here, and real friends can recognize the business, right? And the real friends will call you out on your shit. So here's me, girlish, you're eating. Let's have a real talk. Let's talk about it in the comments. Honesty hour. We are not judging you. What is it? What is it, the things that you're like, damn, maybe it is the sauces I'm putting with my food. Maybe it is the creamer. Maybe it is the late night snacks because I'm hungry. Maybe it's those gardening gummies, you know, I don't know. You know, those infused treats are very calorically dense, my friends. You know, so what is it? It's okay. I can tell you straight up, honestly, the biggest issue for me was picking at food as I was cooking. Biggest issue for me. And then oh, it tastes good, and I'll just keep kind of going in on it, and by the time I served myself something, I could have served myself something. So if you feel you're picking up and you're like, girl, serve yourself just a little bit to get the taste and move on with your day, because you're just going to keep going back. Just give yourself a little bit. That's what I do. You're going to be good. This road is not linear. This journey is not linear, and it's not going to take, you're not going to see results in 30 days. Okay, you're not going to finish, it's not going to be done in 30 days. It took me 3 years to finally say, girl, I got no more weight left to lose. Well, actually now I do, because I bulked up a little bit. But nonetheless, what do you guys think? Let me know down below. I love you guys. You're wonderful. You got this. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.